Imagine, my dear friend, if Azmuth were a dangerous and insane scientist who thought about ending the entire world, destroying all life in the universe, and killing everyone. Do you think there would be anyone capable of stopping him? That's exactly what we'll talk about in today's video. But before we start, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Let's begin. Welcome, my friends. This is Revu, and today we're going to talk about Ben 10 and how he obtained the most dangerous watch in the history of the universe. The story begins in a world full of despair and terror. Azmuth created something called the Karnitrix. Unlike the Omnitrix, this was his greatest invention, designed to erase all forms of life, except for his own planet. However, the Karnitrix still needed a lot of adjustments. While working on improving it in his secret lab, two villains broke in. Knowing he had little time left, and that he was going to be killed, Azmuth sent the watch away to a planet full of weak creatures. That planet turned out to be Earth. Soon after, Vilgax invaded his base, causing massive explosions that destroyed the lab and killed Azmuth. But before it was too late, Azmuth successfully launched the Karnitrix to Earth and wrote his final note, which said, "If I cannot cause you pain, then someone else surely will." The story of our hero in this alternate timeline begins when a meteor falls from the sky. When it hits Earth, it is revealed to be a capsule containing a watch. Ben approaches it, curious, and discovers that it's a watch. But unlike the Omnitrix, which allows Ben to control it and transform at will, the Karnitrix attaches to him and takes full control. Its only purpose is to wipe out all life and kill everyone. The Karnitrix fuses to Ben's arm, causing him immense pain. Gwen hears Ben's screams and rushes toward him, but the Karnitrix senses her presence and forces Ben to transform into Heat Blast. Ben's body begins to burn. As I said, the Karnitrix is nothing like the Omnitrix. While the Omnitrix transforms without pain, the Karnitrix burns the user's body in the process. Ben realizes he cannot control himself and begs Gwen to run, but she fails to escape, and tragically, he ends her life, burning her until she dies. Moments later, the Karnitrix detects no threats nearby and reverts Ben back to human form. Horrified, Ben goes to his grandfather, Max Tennyson, to explain what happened, but the Karnitrix gives him no chance. It senses Max as a threat and forces Ben to transform into XLR8. Ben desperately warns his grandfather to escape, but even with Max's attempt to flee, Ben catches him in an instant and ends his life as well. Now, let's talk about the powers of this watch. The Karnitrix can detect any potential threat within a 20-mile radius. Ben cannot choose which alien to transform into, nor can he control the watch. It controls him, transforming him whenever it senses danger. Unlike the Omnitrix, the Karnitrix corrupts its user, turning them into a killer, and even makes the aliens themselves more violent and destructive. Whenever Ben transforms using the Karnitrix, the process causes him unbearable pain, because Azmuth never finished the watch before being killed. This leaves Ben monstrous and unable to control himself or the alien he turns into. The transformations damage his body, but when they end, the watch repairs him completely. This makes things even worse, because he must endure this cycle of agony for the rest of his life, unable to be near anyone while carrying this destructive weapon. From that moment on, Ben completely loses control of himself and the Karnitrix, giving in fully to evil. This allows Azmuth's plan to succeed. Life across the universe is destroyed, leaving nothing but chaos and ruin. Eventually, Ben transforms into Alien X. Just imagine, my friends, what Alien X could do under the control of the Karnitrix. He destroys the entire universe. This is the story of one alternate timeline where Azmuth for once was the villain, and Ben was nothing but a pawn of destruction. But the story doesn't end here. There are still other timelines. The question is, will Ben stop at destroying just this universe? Or will he travel across dimensions, wiping out one universe after another? Write your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to know what happens next and see part 2, help this video reach 1,000 likes and I'll release the continuation of this story. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates.